Hi, this is Dario. Welcome back to my channel, Motley Reads. Today I'm going to talk about one particular read that it is not my first time I'm reading this piece. It is a third time I'm reading it, and I got so inspired by it that I decided actually to talk about it in a video. So as most of you who follow me or who are subscribing know, I'm originally from Bosnia, and I'm coming from a small town in eastern Bosnia called Gorazde. And this small town called Gorazde is very close to another small town that is called Visegrad, and in Visegrad, Visegrad is the scene of my one of my favorite novels, The Bridge over the Drena, written by Bosnian novelist Ivo Andrić. And this is in a Serbo-Croatian edition. It's called Nadrini Ćuprija, and it's about this. It is about history of Bosnia, told from the perspective of this small township and around this old Ottoman bridge that still stands there. So this is really a fantastic book. But this is not the book that I want to talk about. I want to talk about another book, which is actually a graphic novel that is made by American journalist and the artist Joe Sacco, and it's called Safe Area Gorazde. And Gorazde is actually the town where I'm coming from, and this particular book was published. I think he did this. Yeah, he published this in year 2000, and this is based on his travels to Gorazde. He's been there a couple of times during 1995, immediately following the war. Actually, at the end of the war, and in this book, he's talking about his time there, and also about the Bosnian War. I have this book in this is a Swedish edition, and I have it also in a Bosnian edition as well. So what is so good about this? First of all, the way of the storytelling the story that he presents. He's a very good narrator. He is also participating in the as a character here. You see, Joe Sacco. So he's telling the story both about him being there, what is happening to him, and then the whole background to the war and what happens to the war. He's ever-present voice there that is guiding us through this book and explaining things in a very comprehensive way. Also, another thing that I like about this is the artwork that is done very well. Now you should remember, I'm coming from there, as you can imagine, the place that I know the place extremely well, and I can tell you that it is drawn in a way that gives you the exact feeling of the town itself, and it's the streets of Gorazde, and when I look at these pictures, it is I'm feeling almost like being there. It gives me a feeling back from the beginning of 90s, and actually at several panels here I should have prepared this with, typically I cannot find it now when I'm looking for it. I can also see see my house, where I was living, and I recognize the streets, recognize everything. So it is very detailed description. Also, several people that are portrayed here, I know them. I know these people. They are real people, and I've been in Bosnia. In the beginning of the war began in Gorazde in the first weapon armed conflict was the end of March 1992. I left Gorazde in mid-April, so me and my family, we left just before the all majority of the things that is happening here happened. So I can recognize very well the background. The atmosphere just before war started is really transferred into this book. Exactly. I could feel exact feeling when I was reading this year. It might be my own resemblance that is playing in the head. I don't know, but I could really recognize this. And then after I left, the things that have happened there, it has been horrible things. And the things that he's talking about here, actually, I've heard about these things. I talk to my friends, to my family, and the things that happen here, they're accurate stuff. Now, many critics that are on the other side would say, oh, this never happened, or that's not true, and so on and so forth. But I know for a fact that it is true. What happened here. Now, Gorazde is situated in eastern Bosnia, and you can see here in the book it is guiding us very well through it. It explains the background. It explains what happened during World War II. What was leading up to these conflict between different nationalities there. It is also several times coming back and showing exactly on a map where are we, different places that we are talking about. It is also talking about how the life was before the war started, and then how the war started, the whole political preparations for it, the split of Yugoslavia, the negotiations and arguing between politicians, and then how that went into gossiping, into people dividing in the society, and then the first conflict. And first time civilians actually get to suffer, and all through this to the really the war scenes. Gorazde is the place in eastern Bosnia that is on the border with Serbia. And it is one of these places. I don't remember. Those of you that are a bit older and be following the news might remember that there was something during Bosnian War that was called protected zones, and there were actually three zones that were protected by the UN in eastern Bosnia. It was enclaves where Bosnian Muslims were living in the middle of a kind of Serbian occupied territory, and these three enclaves were Srebrenica, Žepa, and Gorazde. And Srebrenica is a scene of a genocide. Where Serbian troops entered the town of Srebrenica and executed, I think it's about 7,000 Muslim boys and men. They slaughtered them. They also took Žepa, and the last place that they didn't manage to capture was Gorazde. And here on the map of Bosnia, you can see during the war, The white areas were areas that were under control of Bosnian government, and the rest was under control of Serbian, separatists. And this area here is Gorazde, that actually managed to defend itself at the end, largely due to assistance of NATO that stepped in the end of the war, after the impotent United Nations have been allowing slaughtering to happen. And NATO stepped in and bombed Serb positions, artillery positions, and tanks, which leveled the playing field a bit, because in the beginning of the war itself, Serbians managed to capture all material of the old Yugoslav army. So when the conflict happened, on one side you had Serbs with the all war machinery of the former Yugoslavia, and on the other side you had the Bosnia Muslims who had nothing basically. So at the end of the war, the playing field was leveled by intervention of NATO, and then that actually led to the conflict to end through peace treaty that was signed in Dayton, Ohio, back in 1995. So this book is really giving a very good description of the Bosnian War itself, its background, its course, and its ending. It also it's a piece of it's document, modern history document, but it's also general testimony of human how humans can bring suffering on themselves, and the things that happened here and how it all evolved. It is not unimaginable that it happens again, and it's not unimaginable that it happens in many places around the world, and it is really one learn quite a lot about the mechanism of war in general, and civil war in particular. The story, again, it is very interesting read, both due to the facts it provides, but also it is there is a lot of suspense here, especially when they're describing the actual events, the war fightings, and the movements of the troops, and how the territories were taken, and in the cases where defendants actually managed to defend themselves. It is very exciting read, but it's also a terrifying read, and there are lots of graphic pictures. There are some scenes that are playing themselves out in the Visegrad here, where actually the bridge is also a part of the story here, and the things that are happening on the bridge. I don't want to show these pictures here on screen, because they could be very disturbing. They're very graphical picture of slaughtering of people, basically, and the war wounds, and so it is not really a child story. It is nothing. It is really 18 plus, this one, but it is really a fantastic read, and my wife read this also a couple of times, and she really enjoyed it. Although none of us are really huge on graphic novels, but this graphic novel by Joe Sacco is really fantastic, and he has done some other good stuff. There is another graphic novel more about Sarajevo. It's called The Fixer. There is yet another graphic novel about Palestine. It's called Palestine, and that he has made. And of course, they are very good as well, because he's really good at doing what he's doing. But to me, this one, perhaps because I'm from Gorazde and feel more about it, but this one is far best. I would warmly recommend for everybody that is interested in both either on a Balkan's history or in the mechanisms of war, and what it does to people and how it impacts the society. The really people who are living in these townships, the people who are impacted immediately, not large politics, but the people who is interested in people, should read Gorazde. It is highly recommended, 5-star read. Yeah. So I hope you pick it up. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye.